For years, this airport defined global transit. Flights connected here, cargo flowed here, airlines built networks around it. But hub status is not permanent. Once traffic starts shifting, it rarely comes back. Connectivity. That's the currency. Not runway length, not terminal sprawl. A true hub sits at the center because flights connect, not just arrive. Transit passenger ratio, TPR. If fewer than 45% of your passengers connect onward, you are just a big airport. Over 45%, now you are leverage. The formula is cold. TPR equals transfer passengers divided by total in-planed. Over 50%, you are a crossroads, not a destination. Centrality is more than a number. The Connectivity Index, CI, measures how many unique city pairs you link, how much of your slot inventory is locked up by hub-focused airlines, and how strong your alliance ties run. CI is not about bigness, it is about reach, direct flights, slot concentration, alliance status. A normalized CI above 0.6, that is global gravity. Lose connectivity, and the world's networks flow somewhere else. Size alone cannot buy it back. Ultra long haul, the BY Pass machine. Project Sunrise isn't a theory, it's a threat. Sydney to London, Sydney to New York, no stop in Dubai, no stop in Singapore, just point to point, non-stop, premium seats all the way. 5%. Sometimes 10%. That's the share of high-yield travelers who vanish from the transfer pool when a direct flight opens. Not leisure, not price chasers, the ones who pay for speed, for silence, for no layover. For a hub, that's leverage bleeding out. Not in bulk, but in value. Because premium traffic props up the economics of the whole operation. Lounges, retail, slot value, alliance loyalty. Lose 5% and you lose 20% of your margin. Airline strategy doesn't care about tradition. It cares about time saved and money banked. The new aircraft make it possible. The market makes it profitable. A single route, a single fleet order. Suddenly, the world's most connected hub is just another point on the map. A new breed of hub doesn't play by old rules. It doesn't wait for demand to grow. It builds the demand, then buys the traffic. State-backed, debt-fueled, engineered to siphon connections from the world's legacy airports. Al Maktoum International (DWC) isn't just an airport. It's a sovereign project. Blueprints for 150 million passengers, 5 runways, a cargo city. Not someday. Now. Dubai's Aviation Board answers to the ruler, not to shareholders. Emirates is the lever. The plan is to shift long-haul traffic, to shift the center of gravity. DWC has a risk score of 27 out of 30, the most exposed hub on the planet. Mega hubs like DWC don't compete on price. They compete on scale, on government will, on the promise of being the next crossroads, no matter the cost. If you're a rival, there's no negotiation. The threat isn't market share, it's existence. Lose your network, and you lose your place on the map. Airspace redraws itself overnight, not by choice, by decree. In June 2017, the Gulf blockade slams shut the sky around Qatar. Command rooms light up in Doha. Every route map on the wall becomes obsolete in an hour. Flights detour. Istanbul, Baku, Muscat become new lifelines. Old corridors vanish, but cargo doesn't wait. Freight volumes at Hamad International jump 12% in the first year. Passenger transfers slip, but pallets and parcels surge. Logistics teams rewire the network in real time. Geopolitics, not market demand, flips the flow. The map is fragile. One order, and your hub is a detour, or a dead end. Symbiosis. 70% of your movements belong to one airline. Emirates at Dubai, Qatar Airways at Doha, Turkish at Istanbul. The hub feeds the carrier feeds the hub. Break the chain, and the numbers turn. Debt does not care about loyalty. Syndicated loans require 115 million passengers minimum. Drop 20%, covenant breached. Now you are not just losing margin, you are out of compliance. Lenders call, ratings drop, refinancing costs spike. Fixed costs do not shrink when traffic does. Terminal lights stay on. Runways need maintenance. The cost trap snaps shut. A small dip in transit, just 1 in 5 passengers gone, can tip you from dominance to danger. For airport finance chiefs, every transfer counted is not just a passenger, it is a lifeline. Cargo is supposed to be the stabilizer, the fallback. When passengers vanish, freight keeps the lights on. That is the myth. But cargo flows are not loyal. Not to history, not to hub prestige. They chase incentives, tax breaks, handling deals, slot guarantees. In 2024, DHL shifted 400,000 tons of Eurasian freight to Istanbul. One contract, one incentive package. Years of logistics momentum gone overnight. The numbers move first. Perception follows. Investors see volumes dip. Airlines sense the shift. Suddenly your hub is not the crossroads, it is the bypass. Confidence cracks faster than traffic statistics. Cargo goes. Sentiment spirals. The decline locks in. If your edge depends on inertia, what happens when the world's logistics chains decide you are yesterday's hub? Who is next? Hub status is currency. Lose network, lose relevance. It's not about who lands today, it's about who connects tomorrow. Power shifts quietly, and when it moves, it rarely returns.